All right, men, let's strip away the comfort and get to the core. When a woman is using you, she won't announce it. She won't say, "Thanks for funding my lifestyle," or "Appreciate you for soaking up my bad days." No, she'll sugarcoat it, wrap it in tenderness, and tell you what every man wants to hear. Words that sound like love but function like extraction. She'll whisper them when your guard is down, when your need to feel wanted outweighs your instinct to notice the pattern. And if you can't recognize those words for what they are, you'll mistake the sound of affection for loyalty and pay the price for it. Now, before you sharpen your pitchforks, let's be fair. Not every woman who says these phrases is a user. Some mean what they say. But here's the difference. Words are air, actions are data. So, if her sweet nothings come while she drains your energy, your time, or your resources, you're not in love, you're being leveraged. The wealthiest men in history, from emperors to entrepreneurs, understood this truth. Napoleon once said, "Men are led by toys." He wasn't talking about soldiers, he was talking about emotion, the illusions that keep men obedient while their power is quietly siphoned away. Sweet lie number 1, you're different from other guys. Oh, this one feels incredible, doesn't it? Every man wants to believe he's the exception. But when a woman says this too early or too often, she's not admiring you, she's baiting you. It's a competition hook, the same psychological tactic used in sales and politics. Make the subject feel chosen, and he'll sell himself. Ask yourself, if you're so different, why is she still texting her ex? Why is her dating profile still active? Why does she guard her phone like it's a state secret? A man who is truly different doesn't need to be told. He sees it in how she treats him when no one's watching. Remember this, the rarest men don't compete for validation. They command it through consistency. Even pickup artists use this same illusion because every human being, male or female, craves differentiation. We all want to feel like the one in a million. That's why "you're not like other guys" works so well. It weaponizes your ego against your reason. Sweet lie number 2, I just need some time. Now this one is psychological gold. It sounds patient, mature, even vulnerable. But often it's a delay tactic, a way to keep you orbiting while she explores other planets. She doesn't want to lose your warmth, but she's not ready to commit to your fire. It's like the corporate world. When a company says, "We're reviewing your application," they're not promoting you. They're stalling while they interview someone else. If she truly valued you, she'd make time. Because time is the most revealing measure of genuine interest. When she says she needs time, what she really means is she doesn't want to let you go, but doesn't want to choose you either. If she's in crisis, a death, divorce, disaster, then empathy is warranted. But even then, a woman who values you won't leave you in limbo. Waiting for her to be ready is like holding stock in a company that keeps losing value. You're investing in decline. Remember, no king ever won a kingdom by waiting for permission. Sweet lie number 3, you're the only one who understands me. On the surface, it sounds deep, romantic even. But this line is emotional currency. It's how manipulators buy your loyalty. The moment she frames you as her savior, you start carrying her chaos as proof of your devotion. You start explaining away her mood swings, defending her when she disrespects you just because you've been told you understand her. But understanding someone is not the same as saving them. And while you're busy analyzing her pain, she's messaging just friends who offer none of your effort but all of your competition. If she truly believed you were the only one who understood her, she'd stop entertaining those who clearly don't. This trick is ancient. Cleopatra used it to charm Caesar and Mark Antony, convincing both that they alone understood her soul. She didn't mean it. She was buying their loyalty with illusion, and history proves how that ended for them both. Here's the principle. The more she paints you as her emotional rescuer, the more you risk losing your sense of self. You stop leading, you start accommodating. And once a man gives up leadership in his own life, he becomes a servant to someone else's narrative. So when she says, "You're different, I just need time," or "You're the only one who understands me," don't listen with your ego. Listen with your logic. Words are the tools of charm. Patterns are the truth beneath them. And if her patterns drain you, you're not her man. You're her resource. Because the next sweet lie she tells will sound even more reasonable, more innocent, and more believable. But it's the one that traps men for years. The the one that makes them mistake patience for loyalty and confusion for love. Here's where the lies become softer, more nurturing, almost believable. These are not the seductive hooks of the beginning, but the comforting excuses she uses to keep you compliant. Every manipulator, from lovers to world leaders, understands one principle. People are easier to control when they feel sorry for you. So when the charm starts to fade, the tone changes. She moves from seductress to victim, from confidence to vulnerability. And you, being a decent man, step into the trap thinking you're doing the right thing. Sweet lie number 4. I'm not ready for a relationship right now. Let's decode that. She's not saying she doesn't want a relationship, she's saying she doesn't want one with you. Painful? Yes. But it's better than the slow agony of waiting for a woman who's already made up her mind. If she's truly not ready, she steps back entirely, not halfway. Yet the moment she tells you this, notice how she still texts you, still accepts your attention, still enjoys your affection, just without commitment. It's like being told you're the temporary CEO while she searches for the real candidate. The wealthiest elites use this same trick on the masses. They promise reform someday, all while keeping the power in their hands today. Not now is a delay tactic. If she wanted you, she'd make now the time. Sweet lie number 5. I don't want anything from you. Ah, the sugar-coated con. She says she wants nothing, but her actions say otherwise. The favors, the dinners, the late-night calls, the emotional dumps, it's a quiet drain disguised as innocence. She tells you she's independent, but somehow your wallet, your car, or your time always end up filling the gaps. It's like those luxury brands that market minimalism while charging you $1,000 for a plain white shirt. The message is the opposite of the behavior. Real independence doesn't come with an invoice. When she says she doesn't want anything, check her energy balance. Are you giving more than you're receiving? Because emotional economics never lie. Sweet lie number 6, I hate drama. Every man's favorite phrase until he realizes he's living in a soap opera. If she truly hated drama, she'd avoid it. But somehow, there's always conflict. An ex she can't stop texting, a friend who betrayed her, a coworker she's fighting with. The chaos doesn't follow her, it revolves around her. Drama is her currency. It gives her attention, sympathy, and control. She'll tell you she wants peace while secretly feeding the storm. It's like politicians who promise unity while funding division. It keeps everyone emotionally engaged but exhausted. If she says she hates drama, test her by offering silence, stability, and truth. Watch how uncomfortable she becomes when there's nothing to fight about. Sweet lie number 7. You deserve better than me. This one sounds humble, doesn't it? Self-aware even. But humility without action is manipulation in disguise. What she's really doing is fishing for reassurance, validation, proof that you'll chase. The moment you start comforting her saying, "No, I want you," she's got you right where she wants you, emotionally invested and busy proving your worth. A truly self-aware person doesn't use guilt as a leash. They work on their flaws in private, not parade them for sympathy. It's like billionaires publicly claiming they'll give back to society while quietly lobbying to pay fewer taxes. If she really believed you deserved better, she'd either elevate herself to match you or set you free. Sweet lie number 8. It'll never happen again. These 6 words are the bandage over betrayal. She says them after lying, flirting, or stepping just close enough to the line to make you question your sanity. It just happened, she says, as though she tripped and fell into bad behavior. But adults don't accidentally disrespect boundaries. They choose to. A single mistake can be forgiven. A repeated pattern is identity. The world's elite use this same rhythm, scandal, apology, repetition, because they know forgiveness resets memory. You too forget the pattern because your heart wants to believe. But remember, it'll never happen again should never be spoken twice. If it is, you're no longer forgiving, you're enabling. Sweet lie number 9, I don't know what I want. This is the ultimate fog machine. Confusion is her camouflage. She knows exactly what she wants. It's just not you. But she also doesn't want to lose your devotion, so she plays indecisive. I just need to figure myself out, she says, while keeping you around as emotional security. It's a timeless tactic. Governments use it, corporations use it, and manipulators use it. Delay decisions to hold power. Because when you don't know what you want, Someone else's uncertainty becomes your prison. The truth? If she doesn't know, you must. You cannot build a future with someone whose compass spins with every gust of emotion. These comforting lies work because they exploit your empathy. The same empathy that makes you protect, fix, and forgive. It's what makes good men suffer while clever ones observe. Each lie builds a web of guilt and hope. Guilt for wanting more, and hope that she'll one day match your effort. But she won't. Not until you stop rewarding confusion with consistency. And when you do, when you finally pull away, that's when she'll shift tactics again. No more excuses, no more pity. She'll return to her most potent weapon, the performance of passion itself. The one that has undone kings, conquered empires, and convinced countless men that lust was love. This is where the manipulation becomes art. When guilt stops working, she'll turn to the theater of emotion, the illusion of love, passion, and sincerity. She'll make you feel chosen again, but this time with intensity. Not the soft comfort of excuses, but the rush of adrenaline that blinds judgment. The truth is, some women learn early that passion can be a performance, and few things cloud a man's reason like the feeling of being desired. But remember, every con artist knows when logic fails, emotion sells. Sweet lie number 10, I've never felt this way before. This line is the emotional equivalent of a luxury car test drive. It's designed to make you feel rare. You think you've awakened something in her, that you're the first to touch her soul. But more often than not, it's scripted, part of the performance. In psychology, it's called love bombing, a calculated flood of affection that builds dependency fast. The same strategy used by cult leaders and marketing moguls alike overwhelm the target with significance until they stop questioning motive. When a woman says this too early, she's not revealing her heart, she's engineering attachment. Real connection grows slow, through shared hardship and quiet moments, not grand declarations whispered in week 2. As the philosopher Schopenhauer once said, love, in its highest form, is but the will to live disguised as devotion. Be careful not to confuse intensity for intimacy. Sweet lie number 11, he's just a friend. Men have heard this line since the dawn of dating, and it's almost always accompanied by defensiveness. If she's hiding messages, guarding her phone, or turning every question into an argument, then you already know. He's not just a friend. Transparency breeds peace. Secrecy breeds suspicion. Even ancient kings fell for this illusion. When Caesar ignored whispers about Cleopatra's political allies, it wasn't ignorance, it was pride. He thought his status exempted him from betrayal. Don't make the same mistake. When your gut tells you something's off, it usually is. The friend she defends more than your trust is the one she's emotionally investing in. Sweet lie number 12. I don't care about money. This one is subtle because it sounds moral, almost pure. She'll say she doesn't care about material things, but watch who always picks up the bill. Watch who buys the gifts, funds the trips, and just happens to cover the costs. If she truly didn't care about money, she'd show gratitude, reciprocity, or at least effort. But entitlement wrapped in innocence is still exploitation. Remember how the ultra-wealthy claim to hate greed while owning tax-free foundations and shell corporations? Same energy, different scale. Generosity without balance becomes servitude. When your giving is constant and her gratitude absent, you've stopped being her partner and started being her sponsor. Sweet line number 13, I've changed. Now this one's poetic because it plays on your belief in redemption. She might say it after betraying your trust or after chaos you barely recovered from. I've changed, she promises, with eyes full of tears and stories about her new self. But true change isn't verbal, it's behavioral. It's small, consistent, and often unglamorous. Think of the men who truly rose from failure. Carnegie, Rockefeller, Jobs. They didn't announce change, they embodied it. If she keeps repeating the same destructive patterns but swears she's evolved, she's not changing, she's rehearsing. Hope is a beautiful thing, but it's also the easiest drug to sell. And I've changed is the perfect dose. Sweet lie number 14, I just want to have fun. On paper, it sounds harmless, free-spirited, modern, non-committal. The problem isn't fun itself, it's the mismatch of intentions. When you want something real and she wants fun, you're building in opposite directions. She'll happily enjoy your attention, your resources, your consistency, while saving her seriousness for the man she actually plans to settle with. In this setup, you become the placeholder, the entertainment between her ambitions. The world's elite understand this dynamic perfectly. They use fun as distraction while building power behind the scenes. Bread and circuses, as the Romans called it, give the people pleasure so they forget their purpose. Don't let yourself become your own circus. Modern relationships mirror the same economy as the corporate world. Attention is currency, validation is product, loyalty is illusion. The woman who tells you, "I just want to have fun," may not be lying consciously. She's following a script society handed her: instant gratification, endless choice, zero accountability. But that doesn't mean you must play along. Men who understand this stop chasing entertainment and start demanding alignment. Because what comes next, gentlemen, is the final act. The last and sweetest illusion of them all. The one that melts every defense and turns even strong men into slaves of sentiment. It's not a new tactic, it's ancient. Empires have fallen by it, fortunes lost to it, and men far greater than us undone by 3 words whispered at the perfect time. Here it is, the final illusion, the softest weapon ever forged. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't demand, it dissolves. And it's destroyed more men, more kingdoms, and more legacies than any war or scandal ever could. It's the sweetest lie in the entire playbook: I love you. 3 simple words, spoken by billions, but lived by very few. When used sincerely, they can build nations and heal generations. But when weaponized, they become the most effective form of control ever invented. Because the moment a man believes those words without evidence, he hands over his judgment, his freedom, and often his future. When she says, "I love you," but continues to disrespect you, use you, or keep you as an option, she's not loving you, she's leveraging you. Love without loyalty is marketing. Love without respect is theater, and theater is built on audience participation. You clapping for the illusion that you desperately want to be real. History repeats this same pattern endlessly. Cleopatra said it to Antony. Wall Street says it to its investors. Politicians say it to their people. "Trust me," they all whisper, "I care." And while you're busy believing, they're busy taking. Real love doesn't require persuasion. It reveals itself in sacrifice, consistency, and peace. Not in passion that burns you alive, but in calm that makes you strong. You'll know it when her words and actions rhyme, when her promises and patterns mirror each other without you having to ask. If you have to wonder whether she means it, she doesn't. The truth doesn't require translation. So how do you protect yourself from the sweetest lie? By remembering that words are free, but loyalty is expensive. Any woman can say, "I love you." Few will prove it when you're not convenient. Watch what she does when you stop giving, when you pull back your time, your effort, your resources. That's when love reveals itself, or disappears. This principle applies everywhere, from relationships to business. The elite understand this better than anyone. They say, "We value you," while replacing your labor the moment it's cheaper. They smile in interviews, then slash wages in boardrooms. They too weaponize affection, just on a global scale. But unlike them, you can't afford to play that game emotionally. You have one heart, guard it like it's equity. If you take nothing else from this entire message, remember this: patterns don't lie. A woman's words can charm you, distract you, and make you dream. But her habits, her choices when you're not looking, reveal everything. The biggest trap men fall into isn't heartbreak, it's denial. Because it's easier to believe her story than to face your own weakness. It's easier to say, "She didn't mean it," than to admit, "I let it happen." But real strength begins the moment you stop chasing illusions and start protecting your peace. Don't let sweet lies blind you to bitter truths. Trust your gut. It's your oldest survival mechanism. If you feel drained, disrespected, or uneasy, it's not just in your head. It's your instinct screaming through the noise. You were not built to be used. You were built to lead, to discern, to guard your value like the scarce resource it is, because the world, and the wrong woman, will always test whether you know it. And if you ever doubt your worth, remember this: you are the prize. Not because you're perfect, but because you choose awareness over fantasy. You choose truth over comfort. That's what separates men who are played from men who are powerful. So when she says, "I love you," don't melt, don't overthink. Simply observe. Watch if those words walk the same path as her actions. Because love, in its purest form, isn't spoken, it's demonstrated. And if her words fail that test, don't argue, don't chase, don't explain. Just walk quietly. Because silence is the language of self-respect, and no manipulation survives in the presence of clarity. You've seen all 15 lies. Now you know the code. The next move is yours. Protect your energy, protect your time, and never let sweetness blind you to intention. Because the men who learn this early don't just avoid heartbreak, they build empires from it. Stay safe. See you in the next video.